Because I'm here wearing 3 hats. I sit on the Dad Steering Committee. I'm also a supervisor at Children First, and I was asked to present with my husband today on lessons from the blender, so kind of what are the ins and outs of blended families. So I'll go home and practice better mental health.
Well, before you pass along, I was joking that I'm here to talk about work-life balance, but if I was really practicing it, I wouldn't be here on a Saturday.
Take Monday off.
Good night. So my name is Mike, Kim's husband, and we're both social workers. And we came together 11 years ago to create a blended family. And we shared on lessons from the blender today, which is really a little bit about what many of the experts in the field have said, alongside of our lived experience. And really we kind of agreed that if we do this workshop again for another group of people, we're going to change the title, because it's not really about a blender, it's more about a crock pot and slowly cooking a family that's coming together with the different ingredients. So I'm glad to be here. I love the work of Dads Matter Committee. As a dad of 4 wonderful children, I know how hard it can be, and wish that I had been able to connect with the group when my kids were little, but now they're not so little anymore.
Thank you. My name is James Cowper. I'm a dad. This is my second time presenting at a Dads Matter or Parents Matter conference as a principal of an elementary school. I'm a better dad now than I was 5 years ago when I presented the first time, largely in part because I do the job with a partner who helps me become a good parent. I was here today talking about themes from the top 10 themes from the Homeschool Connection. From welcome to the principal's office, to kids say the darndest things, to the report card, and the dreaded parent-teacher interview. We talked about 10 different topics. In large part, though, we talked about, and I say we because I presented with my co-presenter, Carrie Kaufman, a teacher at Kingsville Public School as well. I say that we presented on 10 themes, but really the underlying theme was that we view what happens in a school. Our school is a learning school. We are not a teaching school. We are not a punishing school by any means. We're a learning school, a learning institution where all adults and all children learn together. So we talked on those many themes in an effort to help provide stronger partnerships between home and school.
I should always learn to go before James, because I mostly will just follow it up with ditto, but I'm Carrie Kaufman. I'm a grade 7 and 8 teacher at Kingsville Public School, and today shared with James, as he said, the home and school connection, which I believe is invaluable. The work I do with my parents only happens if we both show up and we both build a relationship, and I think that's the best success our kids can have, is when we see it as a partnership. We do spend a lot of time with your kids in the day, and so when we can have open communication and work together, they're more likely to have success and a healthy, balanced life. So, thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions they want to ask live? Or if not, we can go straight to the ones that are written down. Does anybody have any questions they want to ask? No? We'll just go straight to your here. Go ahead.
Okay, this question says, I have a preteen daughter and teenage son. My wife thinks I have more expectations from my son than my daughter. I think my son needs more reminding and coaxing than my daughter, so it seems like I'm harder on him. But I do not agree. How can my wife and I get on the same page?
Anybody think they can take this one?
It's the wife present.
You don't volunteer, you'd be voluntold. Anybody think they can handle this one? You need the mic? Chris, Katie?
I could say something on
Chris,
that,
voluntold?
Okay, so I guess it was a teen boy who was requiring a lot of reminders and coaching, and am I correct in that?
Yes, from mom's perspective.
Yeah, or well, the dad was giving a lot of coaching, I guess, was it? Yeah, okay. Well, I guess, one of the topics in our workshop this morning on teaching resiliency in children is the value of not over-parenting sometimes. So if, as a teenager, if you are having to remind, coax, tell what to do over and over again, what in fact can be happening is you're the one who's functioning for your child. So instead of them developing their own executive functioning in terms of how to figure stuff out, how to get things done, you're doing that for them. And if that keeps happening, it makes it difficult to develop those skills. And in fact, they don't, sometimes it's okay to learn from the consequences of what happens if you're not utilizing those skills. So giving kids room to experience some of the natural consequences rather than feeling you have to tell them everything to do. So you can actually be a good parent by doing less sometimes.
When my son was 18, he had a really terrible job that he didn't enjoy. And then when he turned 19, around the time he turned 19, he got a great job that he really liked. And his biggest problem was time. Not getting to work on time, not waking up, all that kind of stuff. And the question became, is it my job as his parent, as 18 and 19-year-old son, to wake him up, make sure that he's up and out the door, drive him if he needs to? And what the decision we made as a family was, if he has to lose a really good job in order to understand the responsibility, that's going to do far more than if I'm waking him up and I'm his alarm clock. He's going to become totally reliant on me to get to work and all that kind of stuff. And backing off in that respect made it work better. He realized, kind of woke up and realized, literally woke up, but he woke up and realized, I got to get to work, or I'm going to have to go back to that job that I didn't enjoy. And fortunately, he figured that out in time. But it's not easy. Certainly, it wasn't easy for